Hey there, it's been a week or two since I posted, and I have been running around going crazy because I'm on my way to Miami for the Winter Music Conference. Even though it's spring tonight, it's spring equinox, but it's still called the Winter Music Conference, and it's the biggest dance music conference supposedly in the world. So I'm headed down there. I have a few new songs that I'm pushing, and I thought I would check it out for the first time. And that leads me into check out every lead. I posted a vlog for a jingle competition. And I don't know what's going on with that right now. I actually entered. I don't know how many people entered because I told them about it, but I hope quite a few of you did, and I hope somebody is going to win $75,000. But as I have been working so long in the industry and performing, I realize that a lot of people you meet and you run into are very excited about talking to you about things, and they're very into, I really want to become, I really want to do, I really want to, and then you give them advice, or you give them leads. Basically, you tell them about things. Maybe you'll send them to a website. Maybe you send them on an audition or give them someone's number, and you never hear from them again, or you never hear about them again. And knowing that, say, if you have someone who's a contact, if you had referred someone and they actually called, they would let you know, that they never followed up on it. And that's a big thing in the business. If you really want to be a professional, if you really want to work, you have to follow up every single crazy lead that there is. I'm sorry. There's just no other way to do it. Unless you already know that something is a scam, unless you already know that they aren't giving out $1,000 down the street. And hey, if someone told me that they were giving out $1,000 down the street, I would be like, I don't know. Let me go see. And then I'd go down the street, take a look, and if they wasn't giving out $1,000, I've lost nothing. But if they are giving out that $1,000, I'm gonna get mine too. You know what I'm saying? So, as a performer, you need to be like that. In fact, generally in any profession, you really need to be like that. You need to follow up your leads. If you're talking to someone at a party and they give you their number, you call them back. If you are sitting on the train and someone hears you singing and they say, I know so-and-so and so, and then you should get in touch with them, and they give you their card, you should mail them. If someone says, they're having a $75,000 jingle competition and there's no entry fee, all you have to do is send in, yourself singing this jingle, then you should send it in. Because you never know, even though you might not win that $75,000, maybe you run into someone who hears your voice, who goes to your website, who picks up your music. Okay? I was nominated for some awards for a few things, and though I didn't win those awards, just because I was nominated, people got in contact with me. They wanted to play my music on their stations, so now I'm playing on several college radio stations and some internet stations, quite a few internet stations. One thing I did, I wanted to get into singing at weddings with big bands, and I was actually singing at a restaurant. A guy came and gave me his card because he liked the way I performed. He loved my voice. He thought I had a good look. He gave me his card. That night, I called him, and the first thing he said was, I didn't think you were going to call. And I was like, why would I not call? And he said, well, because most people are kind of iffy, and either they don't believe that you're doing this, or and I was like, that's not me. I follow up every lead, and I've always been like that. And that's the reason why I ended up coming to New York, started auditioning, got gigs, and some have been very big and very lucrative contracts. I got my first agent just because my roommate on my first tour, Dreamgirls, with Mickey Howard, referred me to an agent, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for an agent, but I called her. She asked me to come in for an audition. I came in, did 3 songs, 2 monologues, and she took me on. And I was surprised, but hey, I had my first agent. My next agent, same thing. I was working with someone. They said, I love you, and we need your type at our office. And I went in, I did an audition, boom, I had another agent. So you have to follow up on everything. You have to be prepared naturally. You should always be working on your craft. You should also always be keeping yourself together. You should always be working on your look. But you should always follow up those little leads, because sometimes the craziest thing will lead to a job. Sometimes someone says something and you write it down and you never look into it, and then weeks later someone else who also wrote it down is doing it, and they're making that money. My biggest contract ever is from a show. Well, no, it wasn't my biggest, but maybe my second or third biggest contract. And I'm talking about money and travel and exposure, was because I worked with some people in New York. Did a small little showcase. It was maybe $50 a night, and everybody really liked me. Not only the fact that I was professional and that I was on my gig and that I performed well, but that I often gave them, if I heard about something, I let them know. I said, oh, I heard they're doing so-and-so and over here, and this part would be perfect for you. Or, oh man, I've seen so-and-so, and so I saw this show, and you'd be great for that part. You should go in and audition. Someone turned around 3 years later and told a director about me and recommended me for a part. And all I did was go and meet the director. We talked for a few minutes, and he hired me for the job. This is all I'm saying. If you really want to do this, if you really love to do this, it should be no problem for you to pick up the phone, to drop an email, to go to an audition and say, look, someone told me about this, I'm here, bam, do your thing and go. Because what's the worst that could happen? Nothing. Nothing happens. You go and do it, bam, you have the experience of doing it, and nothing happens. But a lot of times, a year or two later, someone will remember you for something else that's coming up that's different, but that is still earning some money, or that is still going to get you closer to what your goal is. My goal is to be out here performing, doing my thing, making money at it, and I am chasing it. I'm going to the Winter Music Conference, okay? So you guys enjoy YouTube. I'm going to try to take some footage and everything for you, and when I get back, I'll do some more posts. Take care and have a great spring. Spring is coming. Spring is here. This is one of my songs. Body swinging, swaying till the morning light.